Hello viewers and welcome to part 8 of the Clueless Cat Does Final Fantasy XIV story playthrough as per requested by Twitch viewers. More bad monotone dialogue incoming. Now, where we left off, talking to Minfilia after we befriended the Sylphs and Tataru getting scared that her salad can fly. Yes, Tataru is as ready to express her fright as she is to express everything else. Not all of us are forged of the same steel as you, I'm afraid. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to know and to see ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite, Amber, drawn to the hope that shines within you. Yet a darkness threatens to engulf this light. Never have I doubted the Ascians' presence, but that they have grown so brazen as to carry out their work in plain sight fills me with a sense of deep foreboding. Shadow of Darkness. Minfilia would have you investigate the mysterious Lahabrea. Do I have to? I am afraid there is no rest for the weary, Amber. We must delve further into the motivations of the masked man, the Ascian known as Lahabrea. This is an ideal moment to do so while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present, we know little and less about the Ascians, only that destruction follows in their wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that racks the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence that we can ill afford to ignore. Go, speak with Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Ul'dah to inquire further. How you go about the investigation thereafter, I leave wholly to your discretion. But whatever you do, never forget that we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe, Amber. Okay. I shall go to the Sandcastle. The masked man? Ah, you are come on behalf of the Scions, of course. Yes, as we've already relayed to Lady Minfilia, there has been a sighting of this rogue near the Eastern Thanalan. A Brassblade station at Highbridge described him in detail when he alerted us to suspicious activity. I would point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Kakirin. Fate can be a cruel mistress. He was slain by rats. But do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees its fair share of travelers. Folk are always coming and going, and some among them may well have caught a glimpse of your target. You could do worse than to speak with a merchant named Hihebaru. The fellow's always starved for customers, and he'd no doubt welcome your attention, whether or not you have coin or the mind to spend it. Highbridge, I believe, is Eastern Thanalan. On with the story. And then east of Drybone. Welcome to Highbridge, adventure. Whatever you seek, I, Hihebaru, can provide it. Probably. You're after a masked man? I'm not sure I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have appeared in one of the many rumors I heard. If you linger a while, mayhap you'll learn a thing or two, huh? Highbridge Times. Hibaru wants you to find Lahabrea. Maybe. When the Order of Nodthal began excavating the ruins below, I had hopes that Highbridge would turn into a bustling hub for pilgrims, but thanks to the nigh-endless beastman raids, folk are too afraid to come within a momafure. I sold everything I owned to get my venture started, and I'm loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out. But if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Whining won't do me any good, though. Not for my business to survive. I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares, spend a bit of coin to help a struggling merchant. The masked man? Bah, I'll take your bloody masked man. I know what I said before, but vague rumors are all I've got. If you want to know about him, go and ask the other merchants. I've heard tell of the masked devil. Seems he's been appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere about Thunelin too. Enough folk have reported seeing him to convince me he's more than a figment of the imagination, but little is known about him else otherwise. On the trail of a masked man? I've heard of him, but only in hushed tones and faint whispers. It said he wears a black hooded robe and looks right suspicious. And that's about all I can say, little though it is. Have I seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? Nope, I haven't, nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters lurking about. Folks have been giving Highbridge a wide berth because of all the Kakurian raids. None but the most devout of pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. Judging by your expression, I take it you didn't learn much of use. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier. It's just that things are tough for us merchants at the moment. The Kakurian raids are so constant, so organized, we're beginning to suspect that someone is orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own welfare first, like most of us do, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye out for your masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. Where there is smoke, the Hibaru has information that will surely lead you to Lahabrea. I finally got some honest-to-God's information on your masked man. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own 2 eyes. I was out for an evening stroll, minding my own business, when I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over at Thal's Respite. Curious, I took myself there to find a masked man, your masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if in answer, some Kakurian appeared soon after, and their group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far out of earshot to hear much of anything. After the group had dispersed, an idea came to me. If you to use the smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It will be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but you've proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So, what do you think? That's some sound, reliable information, even if I do say so myself? Well worth all the lingering about you've been doing, wouldn't you say? I've been lingering for like 2 minutes, but okay. Investigate the destination. Kill all the things. That was it? Okay. Back so soon? Were you able to find any clues leading to your masked man? This scroll, it bears a prayer to Rhalgr the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Rhalgr is the guardian deity of Ala Mhigo, which is currently under Garlean rule. It's highly uncommon for folk of other nations to revere him. I'd wager my last gill that your assailant was Ala Mhigan. It seems this masked man of yours is very well connected. I must confess the merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. That self-same merchant also senses danger ahead and darkness besides. Are you certain you'd rather not take things nice and slow here at Highbridge? Nope. On to Little Ala Mhigo. Hihibaru has a suggestion to help you with your investigation. The Ala Mhigan bandit you had a run-in with is somehow connected to your masked man of mystery. So it stands to reason that if you want to pick up the trail again, you should head towards Little Ala Mhigo, over in southern Fenelon. Just so you know what to expect, the settlement is the favored destination for those refugees who couldn't, well, adapt to life in Ul'dah. The hearts of the denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in, and for all intents and purposes, it's a lawless place. Be prepared for a not-so-warm welcome. Now, I'm not certain how much a help she will be, but it just so happens I have a daughter who has, relocated to Little Ala Mhigo. Her name is Hihira, and it shouldn't hurt to seek her out first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged if you could send my love. Not a day goes by that I don't think of her. I suppose this is it then? I had hoped that you would linger here a while. Cull some fiends, spend some coin, what have you. But something tells me you're destined for greater things. Wherever it is you end up, I wish you the best. Oh, that way. To the west. And to the southwest. Hello, one of the first places I'm going to be taking my blue mage to when she's leveled. Oh, went in the side entrance. That's okay. Aetherite is here. Tune, please. Why, yes, Hebrew is my father. He said, what? I wish I could be a better daughter to him. It's just that, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't bother you with my family matters. But I am grateful to you for delivering the message. Now then, what brings you here? A masked man? I'm afraid the description doesn't ring any bells, but one of the others here may have seen something. I would recommend you first speak to Gundobald, the leader of the settlement. I must warn you, though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders. Well, maybe if he had hair. He does have hair. And why is bald in his name? Dude, your name is misleading. Who are you? State your business and be quick about it. Looking for a masked villain, you say? And why should we help you, pray? We struggle enough without having to answer to the whim of every outsider. You are not welcome here. Begone. Jerk. He's a little bit of a jerk, is he? You're gonna like me soon. Hi, Gisilbert. You weren't there a moment ago. I don't know. Could have been. Tea for 3. Gisilbert would like to aid in your manhunt. Well met, adventurer. I'm Gisilbert, head of security here at Little Ala Mhigo. I heard tell that you had business with Gundobald. Knowing the bristly old bear, I don't doubt he told you to bugger off. Owing to their hardships, the refugees don't trust anyone but themselves. Not even my men and I can get so much as a word of thanks out of them despite watching the place day and night. But thanks or no, I try to help my fellow man where I can, and you seem a decent sort. If you tell me what's brought you here, might be as I can lend a hand. On the trail of a masked villain, you say? Can't say that sounds familiar, but I have men on lookout for a Malja to the south of here. If there's been any suspicious activity, they are like to have seen it. I had a mind to take them each a cup of sweet stanolin tea as to lift their spirits. If you were to run this little errand in my stead, they'd be all the more willing to tell you what they know. Who the hells are you? I'm trying to conserve energy here, so leave me alone. You want some tea? Well, ain't you considerate? My thanks, friend. What's that, a masked villain hiding among the refugees? Like as not. Me compatriots as live here go about as though they're dead on their feet. 'Tis near impossible to tell what's on their minds. For all I know, they're all up to no good. You there, are you an Amalja? No? Then carry on. Do I look like an Amalja? Ah, this sophisticated aroma, it has been forever since I had a drop of sweet thanolin. I'm going to enjoy this. What? A masked man? Don't know, don't care. Unless he's got dark scaly skin, stands 10 films tall, and has the faith of a lizard, then I don't give a mummer's fart. They don't spread you guys very far apart, do they? Shoo shoo, don't bother me. If the Malja overrun us, I'm blaming you. Blame this tea. For me, you shouldn't have. Sorry, a suspicious masked man? As a matter of fact, I caught a glimpse of someone fitting that description during patrol. Well, I couldn't quite make out whether it was a man or not, what with the mask and the robe, but assuming it was a he was talking with some Ala Mhigans. I assumed he was one of them. Ah, you're back. So, did my lookouts have aught to share with you? That doesn't sound much like to go by. If you're to get any further in your investigation, it seems to me you'll need the cooperation of the Ala Mhigans. For this, you'll need to win their trust, and that won't be an easy task. Money. Foot in the door. Gilbert would offer you some advice regarding your investigation. So, you're determined to press on with your investigation? Then I have some advice to offer. As I said before, you won't get far without the Ala Mhigans' trust, and the best way to win that trust is to get a compatriot of theirs, someone they respect, to vouch for you. Coin does the talking in Ul'dah, but the Ala Mhigans are bound by something far stronger, if not as tangible, a common purpose. That purpose is, of course, the liberation of their home from the Garleans. Gundobald belongs to the Ala Mhigan resistance, so your best bet would be someone who's part of the same crew. If you know any well-connected people, you might want to start by asking them. You see, Minfilia calls me on the link pearl, but I can't do the same to her. I have to actually go down there and bugger her. Welcome back, Amber. How fares the investigation? I see. Given all that they have suffered, it is of little wonder that the Ala Mhigan refugees have lost faith in their fellow man. They have had their homeland taken from them, and for the past 2 decades have had to see it remain in the enemy's clutches. To compound matters, none of the 3 city-states have the means to take in all those who were displaced. As a result, a great many Ala Mhigans now live on the margins of society, suffering poverty and discrimination. Would that more could be done to ease their hardships. I feel that nothing short of reclaiming their homeland would be a lasting solution. But let us deal with one problem at a time. Returning to matter of your investigation, it just so happens there is an Ala Mhigan native among the Scions. I should be pleased to introduce him to you. Money. Meeting with the Resistance. Minfilia wants to introduce you to an Ala Mhigan member of the Scions. Your Ala Mhigan comrade is named Heribert. He joined our cause in the hopes that he might find a way to liberate his homeland. While he spares no effort towards that endeavor, I have no doubt that he would be glad to assist you. If I recall correctly, Heribert is currently between missions. Try looking for him in the storage area. If it isn't Amber Virgil, the Scion's rising star, is there aught I can do for you? You wish to win the trust of the people of Little Amigo? That is a daunting task, my friend, even for our own countrymen. I would like nothing more to help, but I'm afraid my name no longer carries weight with that lot. I used to be a member of the Ala Mhigan resistance, you see, but I left in favor of joining the Scions. Though my allegiance may have shifted, my purpose remains ever the same, the liberation of Ala Mhigo. Yet, whatever my reasons were, I abandoned my comrades, and they'll have nothing to do with me. Now, while I may have no more friends in the Resistance, I know someone who does. Her name is Albreda, and she is a resident of Quarry Mill. Say my name when you meet her, and she won't lead you astray. Okay. Quarry Mill, unfortunately I don't have that done, so we're going to have to go to Camp Tranquil and mount up. Sweet. You want me to introduce you to the Resistance? Huh. Why the hell should I do that? Give me just one reason. Heribert sent you? Gah, that worthless whoreson. He abandons his comrades, his woman, and now he has the gall to ask me for a favor? Simply incredible. I realize Heribert was only doing what he felt was right. He's a good man, and if he trusts you, then that's all I need to know. You see that bloke there? That's Meffred, a captain of the Resistance. I hope he can give you what you need. Killing him softly. Meffred needs your help tending a wounded brother. I'm Meffred, a proud man of the Ala Mhigan Resistance. What business do you have with me, adventurer? Captain, it's Galleon, sir. His wound's gone and festered, and he's burning up. I don't think he's got much time. God's damn it, I asked the villagers for aid, got on my knees and begged, and they refused to lift a finger. If Galleon dies, his blood is on their hands. These Quarry Mill cravens would turn a blind eye to our plight, but they might listen to Albreda. I fear my anger will prevent me from rightly convincing anyone at the moment. I realize we scarce know each other, but this is a matter of life and death. Please, adventure, go to her and try. Okay. Hey lady? One of Meffred's in bad shape, you say? I'm sorry, but there's naught I can do. I want to help, truly I do. They're my countrymen, after all. But that'd mean going against the elemental's will. I've been in Quarry Mill long enough to know how right terrible the beings can be. I couldn't forgive myself if everyone gets banished because of me. If there's anyone who can help you, it'd be Charlene, the Hamlet's resident hearer. If you take the matter to her, it might be as she'll listen, though I wouldn't get my hopes up. You wish to aid the Ala Mhigans? You are possessed of a kind heart, adventurer, but I'm afraid I have not the authority to grant you your wish. The authority belongs only to the elementals, eternal guardians of the Twelveswood. All outsiders, be they babes at the breast or grown men, are judged of a night, whether they may have a place beneath the boughs. Alas, the Ala Mhigans' petition has been denied, harsh though it may seem. They do not have leave to receive the wood's bounty. Ever has it been since time immemorable, and ever shall it be. That's how it's to be, then? The bloody here might as well kill Galleon herself. Spit on the elementals and spit on their bloody will. I cannot wait until the resistance is free of this place. Okay. Helping Horn. Meffred needs your help to save a wounded comrade. I led my men to Quarry Mill, hoping to find refuge. Instead, we found indifference. The cold-blooded bastards here want us out, and I can't oblige them soon enough. The problem is, some of mine aren't fit to travel. Hells, Galleon can't even stand. As you well know, the people of this accursed hamlet won't help us, so I've no choice but to turn to you, adventurer. In my homeland, long antelope horn is a traditional remedy for poison-purging properties. If you could bring me some, say, 4 horns, I'd forever be in your debt. I need 2 more, and there's 2 more over there. Myrtle helpless animals. Save a life. Okay. Murder, murder. Why couldn't I have just, like, trapped them and then cut the horn off? It's always killing with these things. Ah, you're back. Tell me you've got 4 horns with you. You're a godsend, adventurer. Praise Ralga, there's at least one woman in this place who gives a damn. Now, we just need to find a way to prepare them. You wouldn't happen to know a man named Buscaron, would you? Some comrades of mine told me about him once. They said he never turns away folk in need, no matter where they're from. Seeing as he runs a tavern, he's like to have the tools to make the medicine. I'd be grateful you could take the horns over to him to have them ground down. When that's done, bring the powder back and give it to Faramund here. Godspeed. Yeah, I know him. He kind of owes me. Ah, Amber. Ever a sight for sore eyes. How fares the adventuring? Rolling in the coin like there's no tomorrow, no doubt. You got something to show me? Horns. Well, these look like good old antelope horns. Need them ground down to make a medicine, you say? Here's a better idea. I'll give you some of the stuff I have in my stores. I'm no stranger to the remedy. An Ala Mhigan friend once used it to treat my festering wound years and years ago. Safe to say, he saved my life. What's that? This is for an Ala Mhigan soldier in Quarry Mill? So it comes full circle. Well, I hope it helps the poor sod as needs it. Oh, and don't worry your little head off about payment. I still owe you a deal more than you owe me, I reckon. Thanks, dude. It is well to see you returned. Have you the medicine for our brother? Here you go. God bless you, adventurer. I'll see that Galleon receives treatment at once. Hopefully this will allow the captain to rest easier. It has been a terrible burden on him trying to keep every man alive. You've done us a great kindness, friend. Money. I feel bad accepting money from refugees. Is it just me? He ain't heavy. Mefford needs your help to find a missing comrade. Adventure, Galleon has gone missing. He's nowhere to be found. He shouldn't be walking about, not with those wounds. If he doesn't get the proper medicine and rest, his condition's like to deteriorate to where it was better before, or worse. We need you to help us find him, and quickly. Start by asking Elbrida. Might as be as the woman's seen something. Well, she's right by the gate, so one could hope. Ah, finally, it's about time you came asking about Galleon. I watched him leave Quarry Mill some time ago, and he left me this sealed letter before he went off, made me swear not to open it until someone came asking. My brothers, I cannot bear to be a burden any longer. This is why I must leave you all. Do not worry for me. Just find your way safely to little Ala Mhigo. Ah, blast it. Would that I'd known what he was thinking. I'd have stopped this folly myself. The love Galleon bears for his brothers is so strong, he's willing to sacrifice himself for them. Make no mistake, entering the wood in his weakened state is suicide. Out in the wilds alone? That fool. That great big sentimental fool. My men and I will scour the wood for Galleon. Please help us find him before something terrible happens. I'm gonna go into Paladin because something tells me something terrible has already happened. And now I have to rescue him from it. Hey, dum-dum. Watch out! A goblin! Better now, you daft fool. Galleon! Captain, but why? You should all be on your way. Who do you take us for? We're Ala Mhigans, and Ala Mhigans never forsake one another. Hardships be damned. Remember the oath we swore, goddammit, the oath to reclaim our homeland. We'll set foot on Ala Mhigan soil again, together, or not at all. Do you understand me? Yes, sir. Good, let us return to our brothers. Oh, and don't even think that you'll get off lightly. As soon as you're healed, I'll give you such a thorough thrashing you'll wish we didn't find you. I can't thank you enough for saving Galleon. I will see you back at Quarry Mill. He didn't get very far, huh? Galleon's expected to make a full recovery. We'll linger here till he's strong enough to take the road again. As much as I mislike this place, beggars can't be choosers. come highly recommended. Mefford wishes to repay your kindness. Now that things are relatively settled, I seem to recall that you wanted something of me. You've proven a true friend to my people. Ask me anything and it's yours, so long as it's mine to give. The cooperation of the people at Little Ala Mhigo, that's all? Far be it from me to question your desires, of course. Very well, I will provide you with a letter to show to Gundobald. The old bear was my mentor when I first joined the Resistance. He's intimidating to those who don't know him, but he takes care of his own. I have no doubt that he will do all in his power to aid you. Do-do-do-do-do. Excuse me, hi, Mr. Definitely Not Bald? Why have you returned? You are not welcome here, I thought I made that clear. Yeah, but I have this letter now, so you're gonna like me. You spoke with Mefford? It has been so long since I last heard from him, I had feared him dead. 12 be praised. Whoever you are, Mefford sees you as a friend, and any friend of Mefford is a friend of mine. I know of this masked stranger you seek, and will tell you what I can. The bear and the youngun's cares. Gundobald is willing to share with you what he knows of the masked stranger. An outsider resembling your masked stranger has reportedly been appearing near Little Ala Mhigo of late. What's more, it seems that some of our young bloods are meeting him in secret. No doubt you want to question them about their trysts, but they are not like to yield the information readily to an outsider. If you tell them I sent you, though, they may well feel obliged to talk. Gundobald sent you? Listen, I told them it was a bad idea. All the tribe about believing the masked man, and oh, you don't know anything about this? Why didn't you say so to start with? You can't throw the old bear's name around like that and expect me to not think I'm in for it. A masked man? No idea what you're talking about. I ain't done nothing wrong, so leave me be. What? Have I been meeting any masked men lately? Let's see. Nope, can't say I have, but I'll be sure to tell any friends. All my friends are looking for him. How come I want to smack all of them? There's a bunch been skulking about right suspicious-like, but I've got nothing to do with them. I know trouble when I see it, and there's no... And then there's trouble. Mark my words. So, you've indeed confirmed my suspicions about a masked man? That is most troubling. Whatever the young ones are scheming, it can lead to no good end. There's an anger inside them. I can see it in their eyes. I ought to know, for it once burned within me as well. 2 decades ago, that same anger drove me and my brothers to rise against the despot who ruled Ala Mhigo. Naught would do but to depose him and usher in a revolution. Well, we got our revolution all right, but it cost us our freedom. Blinded by our hate, we didn't realize that we had been dancing to the Empire's tune. By the time we did, it was too late. Ala Mhigo had fallen. There are times when a man must be patient. Now is such a time. Though the young ones know this not, unless we intervene, they are like to commit great folly. If you learn aught of their plans, I would thank you to bring word to me. I will go with a high potion. Wilfred wants you. Remfring has a secret message for you. Hey, adventure, you done talking with the old bear? I've seen a message for you from Wilred. Lad's something of a leader among the young ones here. He's impressed that you've won over Gundobald and wants a word with you. Says he'll be waiting over at the craggy area north of here. That one sounds like a trap. And there should be a way out through here. Yeah, I can't say I fully trust this. Hi, dude, I don't completely trust. Thanks for coming, friend. Just no ordinary outsider who can gain the trust of that old bear. That's why I wanted to meet you, to discuss something in private. Tell me, why are you snooping about? Did the Empire send you, or someone else? Kuro got your tongue? No matter. Whoever it is you work for, your meddling ends here. Get her. So, want to have another word with me now? I won't let you foil our plans. Sure thing. You're stronger than you look. This changes nothing. Threaten us, beat us bloody all you like, but nothing short of death can make us give up our fight. We're going to obtain the power to bring down the Empire, and with it, we'll reclaim our homeland. Right. You're done. Attacked by Wilrid and his cronies? That they would go to such lengths for the sake of this plan of theirs. Left to their own devices, the young fools are like to harm others, if not themselves. We must uncover their agenda and put an end to this madness. Money. Big trouble in Little Ala Mhigo. Gundobald needs your help to rein in the young ones of Little Ala Mhigo. Willard mentioned obtaining the power to bring down the Empire. Of what power could he be speaking? Gundobald, Bertliana, gods preserve, what happened? I was out foraging when the Corpse Brigade came. They took me to the hideout and they... The whole while they laughed at me. They said that I suffer because I cling on to hope. Is it wrong to dream of home? Is it wrong to call ourselves Ala Mhigans? Do not heed such poisonous notions, child. Our dreams are what sustain us. Be strong, I swear to you. Those villains will answer for their crimes in due time. But tell me, does anyone else know of this? Wilrid, he saw me outside. He was so angry. I must tend to Bertliana. In the meantime, I need you to find out what the young ones make of this. I fear they may do something rash. Now he wants me to help rein in his pups, right? Hey, map. Thank you. Ascertain the youth's intent. Well, as all youth, they do stupid stuff. As I once was a youth, many millennia ago, I can guarantee that. O mighty Rhalgr, Lord of Destruction, we implore you, lend us your strength, and put an end to the suffering of your people. Here to interfere again? Well, you're too late. Our plan is already in motion. Once we have the crystals, our enemies will pay for their crimes, and no one will dare oppress us ever again. Oh, you dum-dums. If this plan succeeds, we'll have the power to lay the Empire low, to change the world for the better. Might be as Gundabald's content to eke out an existence in this musty old cave, but I'll be damned if I'm going to spend the rest of my life here. Now, where in the seven hells did I put that bloody map? You mean the one that I stole? Yeah, thanks for that. What those animals did to Bertliana is unforgivable, and to think they look down on us. Well, I'll suffer this humiliation no more. I'm with Willard in the bitter end. I'm not afraid of a few lizards. And I'll be taking this too, thank you. Gone? The whole lot of them? Then is as I feared. They mean to take matters into their own hands. But what exactly is it that they mean to do? Here's a knife, and here's a writing map. What's this, a hunting knife? And a map of Zanrak? Wait, you said Wilfred spoke of crystals, did you not? But they couldn't possibly mean to... By the gods, this is rank madness! The young fools are untrained and unblooded all. They have no notion of how dangerous the Amalja are. They'll be butchered before they get within 100 yalms of the crystals. They are headed east. If we hurry, we may yet find them before it is too late. In other words, kid do dumb, please help. Yeah, have fun with that. I'm just gonna run over here and de-aggro you. Wilrid, did no others survive? This is all wrong. Getting the crystals was supposed to be the start. We were going to reclaim our homeland. Pull yourselves together, lad. We were going to make an offering of crystals to Rhalgr to summon him, just like the masked man taught us. We plotted to sneak into Zanrak and make off with the lizardmen's cash. But they caught us, and so many dead, gods forgive me. Heathens, you pay for your crimes with your souls. I regret our young one's transgressions, but a soul is too high a price for youthful folly. For all their failings, they are the hope of the Ala Mhigan people. This hope I will guard with my life. kill all the things. Fair enough. Your skill at arms is impressive, adventurer. Our wayward youth could learn much from a woman like you. The battle is won, but it would be unwise to linger here. Let us return to little Ala. Wait, we've come all this way. We have to get the crystals. They're right there, right for the picking. Have you learned nothing, Wilred? Did you not see those tempered wretches? Such is the fate of those who are touched by God. Is that what you desire for yourself and your friends? What? No one said anything about... The masked man told us we could defeat the Empire if we summoned Rhalgr. He swore. Enough. I will hear the rest of this sorry tale back in little Ala. I dare say Amber will wish to hear it as well. Yeah, kiddo, let's go. No more lies, Wilred. Tell us everything. I was outside with the others when he appeared, the masked stranger. He told us about summoning Rhalgr, about using crystals, and then just vanished. We never saw him again. I wanted so desperate to believe that we could raise ourselves from this squalor that I never stopped to question his motives. But I should have known there's no solution, nothing we can do to change our lot. Our people are doomed to live and die like beasts. Listen to me, Wilred. Our home may be lost to us, but it takes more than stones and mortar to define who we are. No matter where we may be, Ala lives on within us all. It is for you to decide what to make of this legacy, but whatever you choose to do with your life, never forget that you owe it all to this adventurer, an outsider. I won't, I promise. Thanks for saving me, and sorry I tried to kill you. I'm gonna walk away now, because I'm a dum-dum. My thanks as well, friend. It gives us hope to know that there are kind souls such as you out there. Little Ala may not have much in the way of comfort, but you'll always be welcome here. Thanks. I'll come back if I feel like eating dirt. Back to square one. Gunnibald wants to wish you well on your investigation. Would that we had more information to offer, but what Wilred told you is the extent of our knowledge of the masked stranger. Left unchecked, that man will bring about great pain and suffering. I pray that you'll find and put a swift end to the creature, for the sake of the young ones who died by his poisoned words. Back to Minfilia. Welcome back, Amber. I'm reliably informed the investigation took you to Quarry Mill and Little Alamigo. So tell me, were you able to learn aught of Lahabrea? Yup. Planted the knowledge of summoning in impressionably young minds, you say? Precisely the kind of deception the Asians would employ. While many of the ills that ail the land can be attributed to the calamity, some are being brought about by a malign will. We must needs delve deeper into this while things remain quiet on the primal front. All work and no play makes Minfilia a dull scion. Did you say something? Nothing, my lady. Yeah. Ahem, mayhap we ought to rest a while before speaking further of the investigation. No. We speak now. Terror at Fallgourd. Minfilia has another lead for you to pursue. While you were tending to business in Thunelin, some new information arrived courtesy of our friends the Sylphs. An individual fitting Lahabrea's description has been sighted in the North Shroud. This sighting comes in the wake of a series of mysterious deaths in the selfsame area. My instincts tell me that our man is involved. I would have you continue your investigation where you left off. 12 willing, we will pick up Lahabrea's trail once more. Noraxia can furnish you with the details. Speak with her, and take it from there. As always, be careful out there, Amber. Tell me to be careful, and then thrust me into a situation where I can probably die. World of sense. Walking One is to investigate Sinister One? Then heed well this one's words. This one is friends with a Walking One in the Ash Crown Consortium. According to Friendly One, a digging one named Medrod had an encounter with a scary masked one. This masked one is most certainly Sinister One. Walking One should go and speak with Digging One Medrod. Digging One is to be found at Fallgourd Float in the North Shroud. Do I have that unlocked? Nope, so I'm gonna have to go to Gridania. Okay, I see the quest marker. However, I also see an unattuned to Aetheryte. Please leave me be. I'm not long for this world. I look death in the face. 'Tis only a matter of time before he comes for me, just like he came for that poor woman. I have to soothe him. There. You're overreacting again. You're right. It's not as bad as it seems. I saw something terrible, that's true, but that can hardly means I'm going to suffer the same fate. Thanks to you, I can think straight again. I believe I can even recount what I saw without losing it. It was just another ordinary day. I was headed back to the float when I noticed a suspicious character in the distance, a masked man garbed head to toe in black. He had a hideous fiend in tow, a winged creature that was all eyeball and jagged teeth. Taken by curiosity, I crept as near as I dared. To see the corpse of a woman! One glimpse was enough to tell me that she died a gruesome death. In that instance, I knew right away that the masked man was a minion of Thal, come to claim her soul for his realm. I don't think so. What? You're investigating the same masked man? If that's the case, we'll help you whatever way we can. Aye, anything to ensure that we won't have to suffer Medrod's hysteria ever again. All right, teamwork, that's what I wanted. Wait, I haven't been that bad, have I? At any rate, I am all for helping this adventurer. It's the least I can do to repay her for comforting me. Ziz is so ridiculous. Aideen has a proposal to make concerning your investigation. So, here's what I know about the deaths. All the victims were found with their faces torn to shreds. Among the local fauna, only the scalekin known as Ziz could inflict such wounds. That's why some folk are pointing the finger at them. I somehow doubt that the answer's that simple, but for the sake of thoroughness, we should look into it. Why don't you put down, say, 3 of the creatures, and see if you can find any proof connecting them to the deaths. I just want to fight the Ziz. I don't want to fight the Fate. I'm gonna punch you now. Where's my chocobo? Well, snap. Yeah, turn around. You don't see me. Nothing to see here. Yo. You've already seen to this is? Good work, adventurer. So, were you able to find aught to suggest that the creatures are our culprits? No, not really. Nothing? Truth be told, even if there were proof, I wouldn't know what it looked like. Anyway, I believe we can safely strike Ziz from our list of suspects, which leaves us with the masked man and his winged eyeball. True. Oh, 2 quests. Rock of Rancor. Aideen has further knowledge of the mysterious deaths. There's been something else I heard about the deaths. It appears all the victims have been comely maidens. I better watch myself, eh? Unseemly japes aside, there's a rumor been going around. There's some as whisper that after each victim died, her rancor went into the great big rock southwest of here, causing it to flash and moan. This bears investigation, I reckon. I'm going to give you a fire sand stick to blow off a piece of that crag. The stick doesn't come with a fuse or anything, so you'll have to throw the thing. Once you've torn the rock a new one, bring back some of the fragments and I'll give them a gander. Seeing eye to winged eye. Iverald has information to share regarding your investigation. There is something you should know. I've been keeping this to myself, lest I worsen Medrod's paranoia, but I, too, have seen the winged eyeball. I cannot say whether it was coincidence, but my sighting took place precisely the same time as Medrod's. I was heading home after a day of digging when a shadow fell over me. Looking up, I found myself locked in a gaze with a giant eyeball. I let out a scream at the top of my lungs and ran without once looking back. This happened at the rocky area west of here, in case you had a mind to investigate. So it means we need to head this way. We need to blow up rocks and investigate places. And undoubtedly kill things. Nope, I have to go around. Most folk are too scared to go within 100 yalms of the Rock of Rancor. Hi, has a name. But what's a few vengeful spirits to a dauntless adventurer like you, huh? Huh? Why, these are just your garden variety crystals. 'Tis a bit hard to tell beneath all the dirt and grime, but they're definitely lightning aspected. I almost hate to say it, but that explains the flashing and moaning. Nothing to do with the masked stranger. Looks like I've gone and wasted both your time and a perfectly good fire sand stick. A monstrous Banemite appeared and you slew it? That creature had long been a scourge upon the folk of Fallgourd. Intentional or no, you have done us a great service. You have my gratitude. But this does make me wonder, was it truly a wicked eyeball I saw, or merely a trick of light combined with blind panic? Power of deduction. Medrad is troubled by the dearth of new developments in the murder investigation. They've been no promising leads in the murders. I can scarce get a wink of sleep knowing that the killer is still at large. Judging by your furrowed brows, I take it this sorry business troubles you as much as it does me. I've been pondering my encounter. I was uncertain for a time, but there can be no doubt it was a winged eyeball that I witnessed. It's implausible that I could have mistaken so distinct a creature for a Banemite. But you and I were moms apart. How could we have both seen it at precisely the same time? What's more, our adventurer friend here had a run-in with a Banemite at the very spot you claim to see the fiendish eyeball, isn't that right? There must be an explanation. I know I saw an eyeball with wings. I would wager an apple tart on it. Ooh, he's serious. But listen, mayhap it's not as mysterious as we're making it out to be. There's no reason why there couldn't be. Gasp! Gods, of course! There must be more than one of the buggers. Ugh, it's so obvious. But then that means, since there have been repeated sightings of these fiends, then there may be even more victims as yet undiscovered. I do believe we're out of our depth. We ought to leave the rest to the expert. Yes, we're just civilians after all. Good luck, adventurer. It was a pleasure knowing you. While I burn to know the truth, some things are best left unknown. Lest you have forgotten, it was at the rocky area to the west that I had my encounter. Should you discover aught of note, you will want to alert the authorities. There is a guardhouse nearby. The serpents there should be pleased for any information that pertains to the security of the region. In other words, not your problem. Got it. So is it up top that you want me to go, or is it all the way in the back at the bottom? It's all the way in the back at the bottom. Hey, lady. Pick her up and back I go. Yeah, I'm carrying dead bodies with me. Here you go. Greetings, adventurers. Or aught I might assist you with? Yeah. Gods be good, not again. No matter how many bodies I see, I cannot seem to get used to the horrid sight. Poor woman. Identical deaths have been reported in the central shroud, while the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any. Sightings of the winged eyeball are common enough. The creature appears to be moving the bodies, but to what end, none can say. The victims have all been young women. All are found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. It's been difficult to identify them, so as to notify their next of... This button, engraved with a lily motif. The very same object was found upon another victim, a family sigil, or that of an organization, perhaps. Either way, I dare to hope that this find will prove pivotal in solving the murders. You never know. Secret of the White Lily. If Thalmir wants you to hold on to the button, I would have you hold on to the lily button. You will need it to continue your investigation. While it isn't standard procedure to entrust key evidence to individuals, you have proven yourself reliable and resourceful in this matter. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry on your work. If I might make a suggestion, you may wish to take the button to Gridania and have it examined by Mione. Mayhaps someone in her vast network of contacts can shed light upon its sigil. To Gridania. Good day to you, Amber. By your grim expression, I suspect you aren't here for scones and herb tea. No, not really. Well, isn't this a lovely little button? The engraving is quite exquisite. Artisan level quality, I would say. Where did you say you found this? On a dead body? Lovely. Anyway, I'm afraid I do not recognize the lily sigil. You will have to find the answer the old-fashioned way, by asking around. You could do worse than beginning with Bernadette over by the Aetheryte Plaza. She has a sharp pair of eyes, that one. Need help tracking down the owner of a button? That's certainly not a request I receive on a regular basis. Well, go on then. Show me what you have. Seems to be some manner of decorative button, reminiscent of those worn by the families of old. Though I cannot claim to know its sigil, however, I can say with certainty that the white lily is a recurring theme in Gridanian culture. Alas, I do not know who would make a personal sigil of it, and if there is a soul in Gridania who does, it would be Sengolid over at the Lancers Guild. The one makes a point of knowing all the citizens on a four-name basis. Bernadette believes that I can help you? Well, that's a rather bold assumption to make. I will try to assist, never you fear, but whether aught comes to it is another matter. Now, then, what do you require of me? Fascinating. Work of this quality is rarely seen in the hands of ordinary Gridanians. The owner of this button is most certainly well-to-do. You may wish to take your search to the Gentry's Ward, northwest of here. Wait, a memory comes to me. Of late, there have been a man who is perpetually seated at the bench by the ward's entrance. His name is Ursendel, and I distinctly recall seeing a markedly similar button upon the breast of his jacket. I dare say he can tell you a thing or two about it. I do not believe we are acquainted. Pray, leave me to my thoughts. Don't think so. The sigil of the Dartoncourt's family. How is it that you came to be in possession of this button? From the body of a murdered woman? Her face... Was it marred in any way? I had feared as much. I can no longer feign ignorance. I shall reveal to you the truth of the deaths. But on one condition. You promise to put an end to my lady's madness and free her from her torment. Skeletons in her closet. Ursendel has a confession to make regarding the mysterious murders. Haukke Manor. I was once a manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest families in Gridania, the Dartoncourts. During that time I had the honour of waiting upon Lady Amandine, mistress of the household. Fair as summer was she, and possessed of a heart befitting her radiance. Alas, the calamity wrought a great change in her. Though my lady escaped with her life, death may well have been a kinder fate. Never will I forget the day her bandages were removed, and she beheld her disfigured face for the first time. At that moment, the kindly woman I knew ceased to be. Unable to bear the thought of being seen, my lady sequestered herself with her chambers and refused all company. This continued for many uneasy moons, until one day, without warning, she began receiving queer guests. None among us knew whence they came, these masked men, but my lady believed that they would help her to regain that which she had lost. So began the rites of rejuvenation. These rituals seemed innocent enough in the beginning, but grew ever more grotesque as time went by. Eventually there came a day when my lady bound one of her handmaidens to her bed and proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. Suffice it to say, she did not survive the deal. It fell to me to dispose of her body. I performed the dreadful task as bade, obedient servant that I was, but when the time came to return to the house, my legs refused to move. I knew then that I could not go back to that place, not after the nightmare I had witnessed. So it was that I left Haukke Manor, my home for nigh on half a century. Long did I wait for the girl who was slain, and longer still for the woman that Lady Amandine had been. Yet one cannot weep forever, and I endeavored to put the matter behind me. Indeed, I had resolved never to speak of my experience until you appeared before me. My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent lives be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest, as you swore to me you would. She awaits you at Haukke Manor, on the western edge of the central shroud. Now go, and do what must be done. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh, why am I running? Yum. So now the only thing left to do is... Wow, okay, I appreciate that. Welcome to the first dungeon that is a tank you do not want to do wall-to-wall pulls on if you or the healer are still fairly fresh at this. For the trash pats, the Manor maidservants, when they do their AoE, that is interruptible, so try to do that if they're not low on health. Half the time, they're gonna die to your basic AoE attacks if everyone's doing them, so you won't have to worry about that. The carpet stains can poison, and there's a key in this room to get to be able to continue on. Unlock the locked door, and in the next room will be another key you can obtain. Ignore this next locked door and continue right, following the path and killing things along your way. You're going to want to enter the next room to your right. That'll be a boss. Now with this boss, there's only really two main moves you have to worry about. The first one is the Void Fire. If you are the tank or you are a physical range DPS, you can interrupt this. If you're a tank or a physical melee DPS, save your stun for when she does the big AoE around her, right here, Dark Mist. That's what you're going to want it done. Other than that, tank and spank, pretty easy. After she dies, pick up the green key, turn right around, go through the door you just came through, and go through the ivy door. From here, you can just jump over the banister and drop right down and start pulling stuff again. There's another key down here that you can get if you didn't get the one earlier, or if you want to get the achievement for completely unlocking all the map. Up to you. You can ignore all these locked doors along these paths. You just need to follow the path around until you get to the last cell just before a ramp. You're going to want to unlock that door, go in there, and get a special kind of key for the second boss. All other cells can be ignored unless you're going for the explore the entire area achievement. Kill everything, grab the key, go over the ramp, and first door to your right is going to be the second boss. Another easy fight. Tank, make sure to pull both the things. Don't bother interrupting the Manor Jester, there's no real point, but you want to kill the Manor Jester first, and the Manor Steward will occasionally do a massive AoE. You're going to want to stun that. It's going to be called Soul Drain. After they're both dead, pick up the Bloody Parchment, use it to transporter to get yourself back to the start of the dungeon, and run up the stairs and unlock the next area. Go up the stairs and kill the Manor sentry guarding the door. She's got a few mechanics, but not too bad. After you do the initial pull and a little bit of attacking, she's going to teleport near the center and do Void Call. The first one she's going to do is going to be an eyeball. You can just stand between it and the boss and not have to worry about turning away from it just before it does its room-wide AoE, which, by the way, is going to petrify you. Next Void Call, she will call a servant. If you ignore the servant and attack her, eventually she'll become invulnerable, so make sure you get that Handmaiden down. Handmaiden can be interrupted if she lives long enough for her to cast the move. Her next Void Call, she's going to teleport something to one end of the room, then teleport herself right next to it. That can't be interrupted, the Dark Mist. Beguiling Mist is going to force you to walk towards her, and you need to immediately turn away, or you're going to be charmed into being stoned. Other than that, pretty easy. If you don't kill her quick enough, she'll repeat. Okay, player commendation goes towards Healer for being able to actually keep up with me. Darkness has taken root within these halls, sprung for the most unlikely of seeds. One cannot help but admire the irrepressible spirit that quickened to it life. It is a pleasure to meet you at last, adventurer. You are every bit as intriguing as our master gave us to believe. It is no ordinary mortal who can acquire one crystal of light, much less 3. The crystals make you strong, and it is to that strength that the light is drawn. Heidelin chose well. A pity that your existence is irreconcilable with our own. We cannot well allow you to continue upon your present course. Yeah, try me. Alas, we came here not to play, but to take the measure of your strength for Master Lahabrea. That task now accomplished, we take our leave of you. Fare you well, bringer of light. Back in Gridania, okay. You returned. What sights awaited you in the manor? What has become of Lady Amandine? You must tell me all. So she went so far as to consort with devils. Would that I could have done more to prevent her fall. May she finally find peace in the beyond. I know not whether the masked men you encountered are the same pair that first led my lady astray, but it is plain that they are on the same vile brood. Should the chance ever present itself, promise me that you will visit upon them tenfold the woe they have brought upon others. But who am I to speak of punishment? By my silence I know not how many innocent young women to die in unspeakable circumstances. It matters not wherefore. Through misplaced loyalty, cowardice, or both, I am an abettor to a gross crime. I will surrender myself to the authorities and accept whatever punishment they seem just. I only pray that the gods will have mercy on my soul. Hey Minfilia, guess what I found? Bad dudes. Welcome back, Amber. Full glad am I to see you safely returned. Tell me, how fared you on your sojourn to the Twelveswood? Two of Lahabrea's minions? And they sought to measure your strength by their own admission? The devil taunts us. It is no doubt, then, the Asians have begun to move in earnest. Would that we knew to what end! Yet I will not bemoan our plight. Thanks to your tireless efforts, we are at least aware of the encroaching darkness. Alas, we can only do so much. It is clear to me now that the Scions are too few to protect the realm against this threat unaided. We must needs alert the three nations to the presence of this elusive enemy and recommend that they heighten their vigil. There is no shortage of misery in the world that the Asians might exploit. We have an arduous struggle ahead of us. Yet come what may, we must not allow ourselves to become lost to hope, for that is precisely what the enemy desires. We have gleaned all we can from the information available to us. Let us set this investigation aside for the present. Another matter has arisen that requires your attention. Let me know when you are ready to be briefed, and I will summon the others. Wrath of the Titan. Minfilia is waiting to brief you and your fellow Scions on a new development. Blah, 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 blah. Titan.
The Maelstrom requests our assistance.
Concerning the kobolds they sent such copious notes on, I presume?
Yes. And no. It has more to do with their findings, which portend a peril far greater than any beast tribe.
What sort of peril?
The worst kind. A tribe of kobolds in the vicinity of Limsa Lominsa has reawakened Titan. Our task will be to slay the Primal. The Maelstrom have sworn support for the endeavor. They are no strangers to the havoc kobolds can wreak.
Years before the Grand Company's reformation, two primals, Leviathan and Titan, chanced to converge upon the sea wall, wreaking untold devastation. There, by the grace of the Navigator, were the mercenaries Merlvip hired able to fend them off. Yet it did not take long for the beast tribes to regroup, and they summoned their primals once more.
Thankfully, their second coming was decidedly short-lived, but that is beside the point. So long as tormented souls will them to exist, the realm will never be rid of primals.
The Maelstrom has kept a watchful eye upon the beast tribes, and the kobolds in particular, ever since. Which brings us to the matter at hand.
Unlike Ifrit, we know scarcely anything of Titan. Unfortunately, the only force known to have bested him, the modestly named Company of Heroes, disbanded 5 years since, and mercenaries are not in the habit of keeping chronicles.
Expect the worst. The Maelstrom's help is of course appreciated, but even if we had their whole armada at our disposal, we could still find ourselves overmatched. A pity the kobolds lack the gentle sensibilities of the sylphs. A peaceful resolution would be more than welcome. The echo will not avail you this time, I fear. If you are to survive, your steel must needs speak for you. No one would think you a coward were you to decline.
So you will accept? Thank you.
We can't very well send her to Limsa Lominsa without Y'shtola. Can we, Minfilia?
May I ask that of you, Y'shtola?
I never thought it in question.
Ever reliable. Very well. We will spare no effort to win victory. You may count on the full support of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and all not afield will aid the fight from afar. Thancred, Ida, go to the Grand Companies, tell them of our plight and solicit their support. Urianger, send word to the students of Baldessian, and Alfino if you would. Papalimo, compile all the information we have on Titan, little though it may be. You will be apprised of the tactical situation when you reach the Sailor's Ward. Provision yourself for the journey. May you walk in the light of the crystal.
Tulimza Lomiensa. Hail, adventurer, and welcome to Maelstrom Command. If you wish to know more about enlisting, speak with the personnel officer. Unless you are the guest we were told to expect. Forgive me, madame. To business, then. It is as we told the antecedent. The kobolds have once again summoned Titan. A little over a moon ago, we began to observe the beastmen moving south in increasing numbers from Ogomoro. Our scouts subsequently confirmed the object of their aggression. Crystals, fodder for their fell primal. Thank you, High Commander. You may leave the rest to me. Word has spread of your accomplishments, Amber. On behalf of Limsa, I thank you for heeding our call. Forgive the lack of forewarning, High Commander. The Admiral wished to address Amber personally. We are no strangers to conflict. Long have the Sahagin and the kobolds plagued our people. Nor is this the first time we have had to address a primal threat. In the past, when Titan rose to threaten the peace, it was the company of heroes we turned. But they are long disbanded, and we must look to other brave souls blessed with the strength to face this foe. So it is that we turn now to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, confident in the belief that you are Limsa's best hope. I hope you are right, yet the situation is far from simple. The kobolds are not prone to unprovoked aggression. Did not the Thalassarchy, I have no idea if I pronounced that right, make a pact with the beastmen that each would keep to their own lands and that no blood would be shed? And was it not the Lominsons who have violated that agreement, dissatisfied with their lot? Shall we then condemn the beastmen for defending their homes? Even a pirate must one day reap what she has sown. I would advise you to choose your words with greater care, Lady Y'shtola. Stand down, High Commander. She has the right of it. And the wrong is mine. Freely do I claim it, yet it makes little difference. Remorse will not shield us from Titan's wrath. Or would you have us fall upon our swords? My apologies, Admiral. The safety and security of Limsa citizenry are, of course, of paramount concern. Already we have observed disruptions in the flow of ether further inland. The effects will be felt here in the city ere long. I ask much of you, I know, but the need is great. Can I count on your help, Amber? Okay. You have my thanks. Along with the full support of the Maelstrom, I await good tidings. That the kobold should summon Titan demonstrates they are no longer amenable to negotiation. This being the case, we must needs prepare for conflict. Before we meet Titan in the field, however, it will be wise to learn all we can of our foe, and I think of no better source of information than the mercenaries who defeated him once before. The company of heroes may be no more, but several of its former members still live. It is said that one of them is employed at the Grey Fleet Mills in Lower Lenosha. Quite why a mercenary should choose to become a miller, I do not know. When you find him, mayhap you could ask him for me. I, meanwhile, shall seek his fellows. So, while I'm off in search of this so-called hero, I'd like to thank you all for joining me for this installment of my Final Fantasy XIV story playthrough. I hope it was enjoyable, aside from my poor job at voice acting. As always, feel free to give feedback in the comments below or just to say hi. I may not respond, but I do read all of my comments. Feel free to follow the links to my socials below and drop by Twitch to say hi. Tap that sub button if you want to see what I'm up to on YouTube, and as always, thank you for watching, and I hope you all take care. I hope to see you guys for the next video, and until then, stay safe and ciao.